Welcome back to Flashpoint. I'm Jane Monreal. This week, Charlotte City leaders getting an update on efforts to protect and grow Charlotte's tree canopy. Right now, just about 47% of Charlotte's land is covered by trees, but there's a push to increase that number. Joining us now is Jane Myers. She's the executive director of Trees Charlotte, a public-private nonprofit working to grow the city's urban forest. Jane, welcome to Flashpoint.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Absolutely. Your organization working to maintain and grow Charlotte's tree canopy. Why is this so critical?
Well, trees do so much for us. They benefit us in every aspect, from mental health to physical health. They cool our communities. They clean our air. We like breathing. They absorb stormwater runoff. They just are the gifts that keep on giving. I just am so impressed with all the research that shows what trees do for us and for our community. So it's very important to have them as our greatest natural hallmark, as we like to say.
Yeah, breathing is good, Jane. Numbers that you shared this week show the the canopy slowing declining, though, right? So down 0.5% from 5 years ago. And with so much development happening in Charlotte, what is it going to take to bring those numbers back up?
I think I always tell people it's going to take everyone. The city of Charlotte has so many wonderful, dedicated people to our city, and we all need to be a part of this mission. But we're going to, right now, between the city of Charlotte and Tree Charlotte, we plan approximately and distribute approximately 6,500 trees annually. We are definitely going to have to uptick that significantly to start to get on the growth side. I think our initial goal would be to get net neutral, but also to get to where we are growing our canopy and hopefully one day reaching that 50 by 50 goal. That's the dream.
All right, take us behind the scenes a little bit. What technology is used to calculate Charlotte's canopy?
Yeah, this study was different than ones we've done in the past, or at least the last one that I was most familiar with. And it used AI, which is a different technology, to kind of calculate and read, like, I guess I would say machine learning, where it learned how to read the different images across the city. So when it looks at the canopy, it can really tell more incremental growth, I would say, than we might have been able to tell in the past, which is really how we've offset a lot of the loss that we found that we were experiencing over the past 5 years. But it is still lost, and we want to make sure that that we try to fight that, because the bigger headline that was a little, jarring, if you will, would be by 2050, if we don't dig in a lot deeper, no pun intended, we will be at best case scenario 40%, and we definitely don't want to go that low. We want to try to keep our city, like I said, as green as everyone knows it when they come and visit.
What are the challenges, you say, do you believe are the challenges to our canopy then?
Our greatest loss happens on residentially zoned property. So I think, we're the third fastest major growing city in the country. And so, there's the challenge of making space for everyone. And we just need to do it in a thoughtful, respectful way. But I think people also need to be conscientious. If we can add to the true canopy builders, those are the bigger trees, the oaks that we also love. I think that can help us, make a bigger impact, because we usually say in our work, it takes 5 years to plant a tree and 20 years to grow it. So we need to be planning now for what we want for our children and our children's children.
So, when you're looking at the city's tree canopy, besides some of those other canopies, where do you see the most opportunity for growth?
Well, there's definitely tree disparity, and it follows the historical redlining practices. So wealth. If you overlaid a map of Charlotte and how its wealth tracks, the lower wealth areas also have the lower canopy areas. So that's the greatest need, is to focus on growing our tree equity. Because the health benefits are so important to everyone, but certainly in the communities that have less. So that's one of our bigger focuses, and we're trying to move the dial in those areas.
How does Charlotte compare when it comes to the tree canopy in other major cities?
Well, my understanding is we're in the top 10% of the country. We do pretty well, our top 10, I should say. 40% is typically historically considered best in class. So I think we have a pretty robust community. I think the challenge that presents is that we have a very established community, so it's a much older. A lot of the trees that were planted were around the same time, in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Trees are living things, so they have natural lifespans. So I think because we have such a rich mature canopy, we've really got to be planning now for the losses that are inevitable down the road.
And Jane, city leaders recently putting the new Unified Development Ordinance into place, looking to clean up, make sense of the zoning rules. What effect does that have on your work?
Yeah, that's a great question. We did this work analyzed through 2022 because it has to be 6-8 months in arrears typically when you collect the data. But so the new UDO ordinances weren't in place yet to show the impact that how they can start to contribute. But I think we want to do more with our Charlotteans. The more that they can do to be a part of this mission. I always say we have our team of 7 on our staff, but if we have 707,000 people and 70,000 people in Charlotte that are helping us, gosh, the impact that we can make on growing our canopy. So the UDO is definitely gotten us started and further along, and I know the city is looking forward to using this data to help inform some more next steps that go deeper on what the research shows.
Well, thank you so much, Jane Myers from Tree Charlotte. Thank you for joining us here on Flashpoint.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Next on Flashpoint, staying out of the classroom. Our Seeking Solutions investigation on why so many students with disabilities aren't able to bounce back from the pandemic. The rules that are putting their futures at risk.